Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation.
Here we go.
This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. And here we go, the battle between conferences. It's East versus West, where the Indiana Pacers will be looking to make a statement. Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. Rajon Rondo is out there with Curry. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Quincy Acy. And it's Gay in its small forward. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Here's Indiana. Outside Hill. Outside George. Shot is off. Gay with the defensive effort. And here are the Kings now.
You know, for the Pacers last season, with Paul George being out for most of the season, they knew it would be a struggle. They would go into lengthy dry spells that made it hard for them to keep pace in the East, in part because they missed Paul George's all-around brilliance and his offense.
And George, here we go. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist.
And I tell you what, anytime you get those easy ones, that basket starts to get bigger.
They double him with George. Curry against Ellis. Curry can't get it to go. And so it's Indiana with it. The feed to Mahinmi. Outside, George. From deep. That's in. He's got two made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Here's Curry with the 3. Curry with another miss. Pacers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Gay with the block. Oh, and here we go with Rondo. Nobody back. Finished off the break.
That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
And George, here we go. For 3, Hill. And Indiana, another 3. George! 8 seconds left in the first quarter. Outside Rondo, 3-pointer.
And now, let's hear it. We go. Peace.
Hey, talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to...
I think I had that all my life.
And Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong now in Dallas after their quick exit from the playoffs a season ago. Clark, it's been a decade in the league now for this very talented guard.
And you know, that kind of relentless determination is really something Monte is known for, and one of the reasons he has been around for 10 years in the NBA as a consistently good player and lethal scorer.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And when you consider how the Pacers are doing, guys, what do you think?
They come out the gates here strong and put together just a solid first quarter.
A ton of good looks for him, Greg, on offense, and it's quality shots they're getting.
On the floor for Sacramento, Curry is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then it's Quincy Acy. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Gay in at the 3. 5 on the clock. It's stolen by Mahinmi. And a wide open look here for Ellis. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Monte Ellis has always had a knack for the big shot. When things are on the line, he is a guy that is not afraid to step up.
And Kevin, last season, he had a number of big second halves and fourth quarters for the Mavs. Really took over that primary scoring role from Dirk Nowitzki. Stole a lot of games for them last season.
Gay. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Gay's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for Sacramento. And here's Ellis from beyond the arc. And the Pacers can't get it to go.
Yeah, Monte did have a lot of big second halves for the Mavs last season. Seems like at least half a dozen games for them, he would just take over. Started to get looked at as the top go-to guy late.
And he gets it to go. George has got the lead up to 4 now for the Pacers. Kings have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. It's stolen by Mahinmi. And George with the stuff.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
Wow, you don't see him make plays like that very often. That's a nice move there for the basket.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by George.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Here's Cousins. No good. That would have tied it. And Rudy Gay picks up the foul.
Rudy Gay. That's his first personal foul.
Ellis outside. Passes to Hill to the left side wing. It's George on the wing. He got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall. And so it's a close.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, this has been a good game here after one half. Everybody, for the Pacers, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of the period, they held a 4-point lead. They didn't stop fighting in the... And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is a...
Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
Looking at the game for George, he has 9 points, and he's put one three-pointer on the board.
You know what, though, Clark? It wouldn't be a bad idea going forward to try to let him do a little more damage from beyond the arc.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for Indiana, they've got Paul George, LeBoy Allen out there with Fahimi. Then it's Ellis, and it's Hill in at the point guard position.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
The Kings were off to a hot start last year, but things certainly fell apart midway. A big factor in that was the messy firing of their coach, Mike Malone.
Yeah, really, that firing came out of nowhere to the fans and the players, and it seemed odd to fire a coach that has been leading his team to good basketball. They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
And George, here we go. Ellis dishes to Hill. Clock at 6. Here's George. AC with the rebound. Sacramento's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Here's Curry, and unable there to get the go-ahead bucket.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, impressive effort from both on the backboard. Unbelievable basket. I mean, giving up a lot of height there, but he was not to be denied.
Not when the game's hanging in the balance. That makes it a little different. He was going to get to the rim no matter who was standing in the way on that one. Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And both free throws good for Paul George.
Getting it done at the line as he usually does, and that could be huge in a tight game like this one.
The Kings trailing. Rondo kicks to Cousins. Here's George. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
3 quarters of.
Now, let's hear it for yours.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. And a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the 4th. They've got Curry, Quincy Acy out there with Rudy Gay, and it's Rajon Rondo, and it's Cousins in at the 5 spot. Hill kicks to Mahinmi, and he goes in for the dunk.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal, and then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
Indiana leading. Ellis left side. Allen kicks to Ellis. There's the triple, and he gets it to go.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
The Kings shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. It's stolen by Allen. And that's an intentional foul.
7:30. That's his first personal foul.
There's 1:17 left in the 4th quarter of this one.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Pacers.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. They've been in attack mode on the defensive end.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively. They've been turning those turnovers into points.
Hill, no good.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
It's a scary sight and a long night when Rondo starts lighting it up like this.
There's Ellis with the 3 ball. Knocks down the 3.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take him long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
Lets the 3 fly. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession.
Indiana ball.
A basket here, and this game may be all over.
Yeah, but the main priority, Kevin, has to be taking care of the basketball and using the clock.
First free throw is good, and that increases their lead to 6.
2 shots.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game.
And he adds to their lead with some very solid free throws. Just too much of a deficit to overcome.
Just not enough clicks and ticks left on that clock in this one, Greg.
Here's Indiana, and Indiana can just let the clock run down here. And it's George missing.
And just because you can make it from outside doesn't mean you need to live there.
Not that far out anyway, Greg. I mean, he can work for a better shot than that.
And that's the shot he has to take.
Exactly. That's the right look. The decision was good. He just didn't execute.
So it's Indiana.